welcome back. You're listening to Chat with Women, and I'm Pam.
And I'm Rochelle.
And now we would like to welcome the man's successor to Sex in the City, author Robert Manni, who's written The Guy's Guide to Love. Welcome, Robert.
Oh, thanks so much for having me on the show. I'm pleased and I'm proud to be here with you. Thank you so much.
So your book is fiction, but what are the lessons you want the readers to take away?
Well, the inspiration for the book was really to bridge the major chasm that seems to be occurring and widening between men and women and understanding each other. So I wanted to use the power of story to really, for women to explain, this is how guys are today, this is how men are, and for men to find a novel that really they could relate to, and instead of being the wannabe male Sex in the City where it's four guys sitting around drinking Cosmos, my story is really about two guys competing for love, sex, power, and money, and we have strong male characters and we have strong female characters, and everybody's on an equal playing field. So my goal was to write a book about men for women, warts and all, but with the news that, you know what, it's not all that bad. Guys can be saved, but they need the help of women. So
so you do believe you need us, huh?
Absolutely.
So, okay, you survived 20 years as a single man in the Big Apple, New York City. What did you learn?
Well, I learned the hard way by going through a lot of relationships where I'm sure I made a lot of mistakes, and I didn't really do the number one thing that all men need to do when you're in a relationship with a woman, and that is something that women are very adept at and men need a lot of help with, and that is paying attention. I think that's what I ultimately learned to do. I'm married now. I was single so long that I go to family gatherings and nobody'd even ask me if I was getting married. It was a foregone conclusion that the answer was no, but my wife, as she likes to say, she found me online, and after we went out 3 times, I was having such a great time. I said, how can I be a good boyfriend? And she said, pay attention. And I said, that's it? And she said, that's it. And the light bulb went off, and that's it.
Yeah, but what we have learned we have a psychologist, a marriage counselor who joins us, Dr. Lana Staley, and she said that men only can hear 8 words, and then they check out. So how can you pay attention if you can only hear 8 words? Because I have a lot more to say than 8 words.
This is true.
What are those 8 words?
Whatever
I
they
want to
are.
talk to you. I want to talk to you.
Whatever those words,
I knew you'd like
That's
that.
only 5.
I know.
He's keeping track, though.
Respectfully, I don't know what the 8 words are, and I respectfully disagree with your colleague on that, because I think that's kind of condescending to men. I think men are a lot more evolved with that.
So you can listen.
Than that.
How long can you listen before you check out?
As long as it takes. I think personally, I'm a very focused person, and I love getting into a good long conversation with a woman. Now, I think what happens sometimes is women want to talk about the relationship, and men avoid that because the way it comes across to men is that women are nagging them, but really the woman's intention is to make the relationship as good as it can possibly be.
That's exactly right.
Sometimes that doesn't come across the right way, so I think it's the communication gap where people aren't empathizing with how a man listens and how a woman articulates. And
okay, well, a woman needs to listen. I mean, a woman wants to be heard. What does a man need?
I think a man wants to be understood.
Okay, understood in what? I mean, understood why they act.
Who they are and what their dreams are, and really how being recognized. I think a woman wants to be heard. I think a man wants to be understood for who he is. A lot of times, a man is defined by his job, and his wallet,
and, true,
or his looks. And I understand, and we live in that type of rubber stamping type of world. But as you know, people are people. And if we're all connected and we're all part of the same consciousness, the same universal consciousness. And I think we need to take that extra bit of time to understand who somebody really is. Just the fact that I'm here. I wrote a novel called The Guy's Guide to Love, and everybody has taken me as the relationship expert because it is about relationships, but it is a novel, and now I'm in that position because that's what people wanted to hear. So whatever, you have to, if you're on the other side of the coin, you have to flow with it. You have to go with it, and you have to use what openings you have to articulate your message. So if you're a guy and a woman's just going to see you as a wallet and a job and your looks, you have to take the extra steps to explain to her and show her, more than just tell her, who you really are. And I think if women want to be heard, they need to frame things to a man so it doesn't come across as the quote-unquote the talk, which every man dreads because they think they're going to get beat with a stick.
They're going to get in trouble. So, Robert, what are you doing for your wife for Valentine's Day?
Well,
is she listening?
Yeah, she's not, but her birthday is on February 12th, so I have to really amp up the stakes.
Boy, you do.
So what we try to do is we try to do some things together. So we're going to do a sake tasting. We're going to go out to dinner together. I'm going to let her pick the restaurant, and we're going to go to a Broadway show, and she can pick the show. It's all about. It's really, I think Valentine's Day is a day of love, and though it's a pressure-filled day that a lot of people dread, it can be a wonderful day if you just put it all on the other person in terms of, this is who the day's about. It's about my partner. So if you're in a long-term relationship, personalize it. So you buy somebody some jewelry, personalize the piece of jewelry. You write her a card, handwrite the card and tell her 20 things that really make her special. And, and if you're in a new relationship, I always tell guys, don't buy lingerie to a woman you haven't been intimate with yet because it's going to put pressure on her. Yeah. And if you do something, you get her flowers or chocolate or whatever, and a handwritten card, you'll get the show when it's the right time. And to me, it's all about the other person. Don't be selfish. Make Valentine's Day about your partner, whether it's a new partner or an old partner. And if you're single, Valentine's Day is a great day to go out in groups, men and groups of women, and go out and meet each other because there's so many single people out there. And they're looking to meet the right person. And what better day than a day of love? So, it can work for everybody.
Well, thank you, Robert Manni, for joining us. And, of course, your book is The Guy's Guide to Love. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, it's been my pleasure. And I wish you both a happy Valentine's Day and a year full of love. And I hope we can change those 8 words into at least 18 words.
Me too.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you. You're listening to Chat with Women on AM 880 KIXI. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.